Hey everybody, Sister Fantastic here, and welcome to today's video. It's a collab. There are 5 of us that have come together to do the palette tag 2 that's been going around, and Brandy Wine 13, she's the one that came up with this idea that we do it as a collab, and there were 5 of us that came together that wanted to do it. And so there's 11 questions regarding our eyeshadow palettes that we have in our current collection as far as favorites go. And so you just answer the questions, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway. Each one of us is going to do a giveaway on our video, and so you have to be subscribed to all 5 of us, and I will list the channels right here. I'm the host, Laurie Latimer. Brandy Wine 13, it was her idea. And then we've got Sabrina's Unboxings and More. She's in charge of creating our thumbnail and our playlist, and she helped us out with all of those things as an admin. And then LifewithCarrington is participating, and Dion Loves Makeup is participating. So there's 5 of us in this group, and we will have a playlist down in our description below, along with the channel names and everything, where you can find everybody's video. There will be 5 giveaways altogether. You have to be publicly subscribed to all 5 of us to win any single one giveaway. So with all of that being said, what I'm going to do is I'll get into the rules and all of that at the end, and I'll show you what I'm giving away in my giveaway. But I want to answer the questions on the tag, and of course it's an open collab as far as the tag itself is concerned. Anybody can do this, but we just came together to do it you know, as a smaller type collab so that we could do the giveaways for all of you. Okay, all right, your all-time favorite palette. Boy, I really had to think about this one, but this is it right here, y'all. The Naked Heat from Urban Decay, and I love this palette. I haven't used it in a while, but I really do love the palette. It has so many beautiful warm toned shades, the oranges, the browns. There's a hint of like a brownish purple here, this deep dark one, a couple of shimmers, a really light one that I really like. These ones here that are in the middle, these shimmers are fabulous. This is just, I remember when this came out, I wanted it so bad. And if you like orange tones and warm tone shadows, neutrals and warm tones together, you've got nudes here, you got a dark. I mean, it's just a really beautiful palette, and I love it. It's definitely one I don't want to get rid of, and the quality's there. So Naked Heat. All right, let me set that to the side. My new favorite palette is from Pinky Rose. This is called the Exotic Peacock, and I've been playing around with that here lately, and it's like the latest and greatest to me. And look at these shades, y'all. All these blues and greens. Oh my goodness. You talking about euphoria. I love turquoise. I love greens. I love blues. I like the purples. This pop of pink. There's a frosty pink, a frosty blue. There's a couple of like this pea green, which is kind of a grungy color. You know, it just is aesthetically pleasing to me, and the way that these shadows perform on the eyes is just amazing. I just did a collab with my friend Erica Conger where I pulled 3 shades out of this palette. This green, I'm dying to get into that. So anyway, I want to get back into this palette really soon and play around with it some more, but they perform so beautifully on the eyes, and I'm in love with that palette. That is a new favorite of mine. Okay, a palette that I keep for the memories. Now here we go, y'all. This is old school. BH Cosmetics and the Carly Bible palette. So there's 10 eyeshadow colors and 4 highlighters. When you look at this palette, you think half those shadows all look the same. but when you get them on the eyes, you see how different they really are. And these highlighters here are to die for. They are gorgeous. And the darker one here, you know, makes a really good eyeshadow for those of us that are really fair complected, but it caters to all skin tones. I love these shades. This one right here in the middle, this like purpley brown one, I love that shadow. I love the darker ones especially well. This Manila shimmer is so pretty. No, it's not a shimmer, it's a matte. Sorry about that. Here's the shimmer I'm talking about right here. So either one of these shimmers is really pretty, but I like this one. This matte is really good for setting down your eyeshadow primer. This shadow right here, it's got that coppery, you know, feel to it. This palette is really, really good, and I love it. I keep it for the memories. I remember when Carly Bible was coming up and gaining popularity, and it was like one of the first collabs that was ever done with a YouTuber, and we were all ecstatic, you know, to see, you know, a cosmetic company take on a YouTuber, you know, and do a collab with them. And so it was awesome. Of course, we all bought the palette because, you know, she put it together, and it caused their sales to go up. She made a percentage, and, you know, it caused her channel numbers to grow, and she made money. And of course, all of us, we were thrilled to get the palette because it was such great quality. BH Cosmetics has great quality shadows, and their highlighters, I mean, those 4 highlighters are the bomb. Okay. Underrated palette. Y'all, I think this palette right here is underrated. The Nomad Berlin Underground. This palette right here really needs to be talked about more than what it has been. I know a lot of people have this and like it, but it just really needs more publicity than what it gets. If you like smoky eyeshadow looks, grungy eyeshadow looks, you know, if you like greens and golds and, you know, the mixture between some of these colors here, this black is like the blackest black. They've got the pretty grays, the greenish grays. I mean, this gray up here in the corner, which is almost like a steel type of gray. You got this bluish gray, you got this greenish gray. I mean, if you like smoky looks like I do, you're gonna love this palette. I'm not really a super fan of a lot of goldish type shades unless they're shimmers, and there's plenty of them here. And this is a pretty shade right here. And so there's really only 1 or 2 mattes in this palette, and that's this green one, and then this brown one, and then this black one. And everything, and this shimmer right here has got like a green reflect in it. I mean, and they mix so well. You can just create so many different looks with this palette. It is beautiful. I love this palette. If you were to play palette bingo and you want a good palette to play palette bingo with, and not be afraid, you know, that whatever you put together out of the palette, whether or not it's going to mix or match or whatever, you know, this is the palette to do it with. This purple right here is absolutely stunning. I love all these shades. This is like a duochrome. It looks kind of goldish, like a brassy, but when you hit it head on in a different lighting, it turns kind of purplish. Anyway, it's really, really pretty. It's just a really pretty palette. I love it. So anyway, that one's underrated in my opinion. Okay, not a favorite, but I can't get rid of. Y'all, this is old school too. This is the Tarte High Performance Naturals. It's called the Pretty Paint Palette. This was from the Christmas of holiday season 2016. And yes, I still have it because I can't get rid of it. I love this palette. When it came out, excuse me, when it came out, y'all, I had to have it. I had to have it. I mean, that's all there was to it. And I think it was like 60 bucks or something like that at the time, but this is what she looks like. And this is like a canvas type cover, and it's thick like a book, and you open it up and it's like half eyeshadows, and then you got a blush, a highlighter, and a couple of bronzers. And then underneath the lid here there was miniature eyeliner, a little lip liner, lip gloss, a tiny mascara. I can't remember now. It was about 4 components. But anyway, I'm storing some other Tarte products in it right now. And these eyeshadows, you know, a lot of them look like they're kind of like on the nude or light side, which at the time, you know, that was, I mean, it's always been my jam. Neutrals have always been my jam. But here lately I've gotten into more color, more darker tones. You could definitely create a smoky eye with some of these darker shades along this line right here. You got plenty of light shades to choose from. The way that this is set up is so beautiful. It's like they give you an outline of eyeshadow looks that you can create just by going across and doing 4 eyeshadows to create a look across. And then this is the Tarte signature blush, highlighter, bronzer, and both of these are bronzers. This one on here on the end is a little bit more cool tone, which you can use as a contour, but the Rainforest of the Sea, you know, formula. So, I mean, beautiful, beautiful palette. Love this palette. It's not a favorite of mine because, you know, there are so many light shades in it and they're not as pigmented. They didn't make shadows back then near as pigmented as they do nowadays, but because it is a collector's item, you know, there's no way that I'm gonna let this go. So anyway, not a fave, but I can't get rid of it. All right, my favorite collaboration. Y'all, there's a lot of collaborations out there, but this was my favorite. This is Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collaboration. This is volume 1. Love, love, love this collaboration. And there was a card that came in. I didn't get the first shipment. I missed out on the sale. I mean, I was there on the site, but they sold out so quick. Anyway, when they restocked on the second go round, they put the shades in the shipment. So I was kind of glad it worked out that way because I have the names of the shades on this card. And here's all the shadows. And I love this. I love this collab. I love all those warm tones. I love this corner here where it's got these pops of color. I love all those red tomatoey looking shades. I love the highlighter shades. You got a good mustardy yellow right here. You know, you've got some darker greens. You've got, you know, a black and a really dark brown. You know, but these tomatoey reds right here are awesome. You know, and you got some really pretty shimmers here to choose from. Nice pink one right there, strawberry shade. I love this palette. This is my favorite collab palette that I can, you know, that I really use a lot out of. Okay. My 2021 favorite palette. Now, I had to really think about this, y'all, because there's so many good palettes that came out in 2021. Palettes that I wanted that I didn't even buy. But out of the ones that I have in my collection, I chose this one right here, the Ace Beaut Floral Vintage Palette. This was from the year 2021. I love this palette. I just think that this palette right here, you could use this all year round. Even though you do have some colors up here that look really springy, and then you have some other colors here that look like they're real summery, and you know, and then you've got other pops of color that tend to lean more towards the fall season. You know, I just feel like you could create looks for no matter what time of the year it is. I loved the formula. The shimmers are beautiful. There's tons of mattes in this palette, and I really like the mattes. I really like the shimmers too, but there's really only like 4 or 5 shimmers. Rest of them are mattes. And so anyway, it's just a good all-around palette. If I had to recommend one to you that's, you know, out of my top 5 of all times, this one would probably be in the running, because this makes me happy. these colors right here make me really happy. So you'll be seeing some more from me out of that one. Okay. A palette I didn't expect to love. That was funny, but it's true. And this is it right here, the Juvia's Place Nomad palette. I really didn't expect to love this. When I ordered it, I thought, well, that might be okay, you know, but you know, I'm not really a fan of yellow too much. It's probably one of my least favorite colors. These olive grungy greens and browns right here, it looked like it would just be like a muddy, dirty palette that would create an eye look that it, you know, looked like you had a bruise, or you know, you got socked in the eye or something. But when I started playing with this and creating looks with it, I was floored. I was like, this is so good. This gray brown shimmer here is awesome. This shimmer here in the middle is awesome. The yellows do mix very well with the other colors. This yellow right here is a beautiful shimmer. This is more of a muted warm toned yellow that mixes very well with the browns and the orange. And then of course this dark grayish green right here, you know, and this more of an olive brownish green right here. You know, they just make for really good grungy smoky looks, and I really like this palette. So I didn't expect to like it though. All right, a palette that sparks joy. Now y'all, I'm going to show you a palette that sparks joy to me, and it's not because I've used it a ton, because I have never used this palette. But this palette is the Purr and Barbie collab, and I bought this, y'all, because I love Purr, I love their formulas. But look at this packaging. Woo! And there's a highlighter compact to match this that I have also, and there are lipsticks in the collection, and I could not resist. I could not resist this palette. I had to have it. I saved but here's the colors. Pinks and purples. There's that pop of blue. Sorry for the glare. It's just the palette itself is so shiny. Some really pretty plums and purples here. You've got your neutrals up here at the top. This is a pressed glitter right here. This is it's a kind of a purplish black. It's got some micro glitter in it. And these shimmers here are stunning. This pink one and this gold one. You got a couple in here that have a satin finish. These two right here, and that blue one. And it's just, and these two purple ones. I mean, it is a really pretty palette. So I love it. I just think it's gorgeous. There's a couple of mattes in here. These two brown ones. This brown one here, and then this darker brown one there. So you've got everything you need to create a really nice cohesive look. And you can go in a number of different directions. And I just think it's stunning. I love the packaging. And the theme for this particular collab was never lose your sparkle. And so all these little gemstones and pearls and everything that's on part of the packaging is all a part of that. And of course the back is just as shiny as the front. I mean, I love this palette. I love the way it looks, and it definitely sparks joy in my heart. I'm glad I have it. If I never use it, I'm still glad I have it. But I'll probably get around to using it. Okay, the newest palette in my collection. Whoops. Hang on, y'all. I got stuff tipping over here. I stacked everything up as I was. And we need to balance it a little bit better, it looks like. Alright, there we go. Alright, now where was I? Newest palette in my collection. This is one I just unboxed the other day, and I haven't had a chance to use this yet, but this is from Nomad. It's called the Venus Simplin Express, and it has the Ipsy logo on it. So it's packaged especially for Ipsy. And if you've seen my recent Ipsy Plus unboxing, then you've seen the palette. Nice big pans. It's got all 3 primary colors in here that you can mix and match. Plenty of neutrals. You got these browns and golds and greens. You got a pink here that'll go really nice with the red. These golds will go good with the browns or the greens or the blue or the red. And then of course, because you have all 3 primary colors, even though this one's a shimmer, they're still going to mix and match to where you can, you know, you can create, I could create purple, I could create another shade of green, I could create an orange. You know, I could go a number of different directions with this palette, and it just inspires me. And so that's the reason why I bought it. This shade here in the center is a really pretty shimmer. It's got some like duochrome glitter in it. It's like greens and browns. I haven't swatched it yet, but I want to really soon. This is a satin finish gold shimmer. Beautiful. Everything else in the palette is a matte, I believe. Oops, I thought that was fixing to fall again. Let's see here. We got maybe 2 or 3 satin finishes, and then you've got 4 mattes. These 2 are mattes. The blue is matte, and this brown right here in the center is matte. So anyway, fun. I'm excited about this palette. Love Nomad, love their formulas, and of course anything that's, you know, packaged for Ipsy, you know, with the Ipsy logo. That's really cool to me. Okay, the Juvia's, the first palette that I used in 2022 was the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, and I have a video on this as well. I started a new series called Fantastic Looks for 2022, and my intention is to create eyeshadow looks, you know, on a regular basis using the palettes that I have in my collection. And so I pulled this one out because I thought this was great. It's got lots of warm neutrals here in the bottom half of the palette, and the top half of the palette has lots of purples and reds, and then you got a couple of blues and greens up here at the top. Just super fun. This is, you know, helping me to get out of the box, you know, as far as color is concerned. My challenge to myself this winter was to do more blue eyeshadow looks, and I'm discovering that I like blues and greens mixed together a whole lot. I think it's very flattering with my blue eyes. And this palette right here is so much fun. There's several mattes in the palette. These 3 right here are mattes, and these 3 right here are mattes. This whole row right here is satin finishes, and anyway, you got plenty of browns, you know, to choose from to start out with in the crease, and you could just go any direction you really wanted to go with this palette. I just think it's so much fun. So anyway, for my next look out of this, I may do like a pink and purple type look. We'll see. But anyway, fun. All right, now for the giveaway. My giveaway, you know, I really had a hard time choosing which palette sparked joy. And even though I chose the Barbie and Per collab palette, I had this one in my mind, and it's the Queen palette from Eloise. And this is a beautiful palette, and this is one that I have that's extra. And so I want to open it up and show you what it looks like. Let me move that color saver. Love this palette. All the blues and pinks and reds and just all the warm tone shades of, you know, these reds and oranges and yellows, and, you know, just this whole row right here is just awesome. You could do looks according to the rows, either this way or this way, whichever way you want to go. I mean, if you want to work in quads, you know, it's set up, you know, it's very aesthetically pleasing, lots of beautiful colors. And I've played palette bingo with this one as well, and it does not disappoint. Plenty of mattes, plenty of shimmers, and I just love this palette. The names are so cute. Everything relates to, you know, like the queen, your honorable, monarch, throne, empress, my lady, kingdom, you know, you get it. It's just so fun as far as, you know, the names and everything that's in it. So I'm going to, it says on the front of the package, a queen lies in all of us. And so the artwork is just stunning. You've got half of the lady with the dark skin tone, and the other half of her body is a light skin tone. And so it suggests, you know, the universal appeal, you know, for all skin tones, and it's just a really pretty palette. And so this is from EloiseBeauty.com. I'm going to give this away. This is going to be my prize for my giveaway. And so if you are interested in winning this palette, then leave a comment down below and use the word palette, P-A-L-E-T-T-E. in a full sentence. You have to be 18 years or older. YouTube is not responsible for this giveaway, and I purchased all the products myself, or they came in subscription boxes, which I purchased myself. You need to live in the United States and have a United States address. This giveaway is going to run for 1 week, and then I will hold a drawing and use the random comment picker, and I will post the winner in a separate video. And so I'll have the date of the ending of the giveaway and all the rules listed down below, and for you guys to, you know, keep in mind of everything that's happening. So we are posting we're going to be posting really soon on this collab, and of course, like I said, everyone is going to be listed down below. There's a playlist. I want to thank Brandy for coming up with this idea, and I also want to thank all the ladies in the collab. I want to thank Sabrina for doing our playlist for us and making our thumbnail as well. So I hope you all enjoyed the video today, and of course I have tons of makeup. It's really hard to narrow down, you know, favorites, but if you're going to get to answer these questions, which are very specific, you have to think about, you know, everything that you have, and even though you might not have used it yet or haven't used it in a long time, you know, it's still fun to bring it out and talk about it. So anyway, I enjoyed doing this. Thank you all so much for watching, whatever time of day or night that, you know, wherever you're at in the world. And I want to thank you so much for your support on my channel. I hope you subscribe, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and stick around because I've got lots of great content. Okay, that's it for me today, you guys. I love you all very much. God bless you today is my prayer. I'll see you later. Bye.